All right, here's the newest update for those of you following the JKS home improvement saga. Things are definitely getting juicy. A lot of his clients are coming out of the woodworks. They're contacting me. It's kind of a big story in the area, and they're going, hey, can you please come inspect the work that he did for me? Which we've done, and it's only getting worse. So I've got some really significant updates coming, so stay tuned. But here's the here's the Better Call Saul version of this. We're doing the prequel because you guys haven't heard the original call with Brian and Jeremy, which I'm going to post right now. And this is where you get to hear him kind of poo-poo all home inspectors, including me, and then kind of laugh when he heard that I was from Norwich, New York, and poo-pooed my whole TikTok channel. This is where you guys get to see the beginning of this whole saga. Enjoy. Leave your comments below. Let me know what you think.
Just getting back from vacation. What was the issue? I guess there was some kind of report, but it looked like
yeah. So we had a home inspection done because you had told my wife you were going to come over the day after, and you never showed up. And it's been a constant issue with you saying you're going to come and never show up, or someone saying you're going to come and never show up. So we hired a very well-respected home inspector to come out and check the work that was done, and he found nothing but issues. He said that if he was to inspect this home, if someone was trying to buy this home, he would point out these issues, and no bank would approve it. There,
Okay.
you guys
Who's
put
the person?
it's Kincaid Inspections.
Never heard of them. Where are they out of?
They're out of Norwich.
And they're
Because our home inspector that we tried did our inspection in our house, we told him we originally called him, and he just stopped returning our calls when we said JKS. So I assumed that he just wasn't going to help because he must know you. But so we called this guy, and this guy's actually he made a TikTok about your guys' work. He has not said the name of your company, but you could see you guys didn't even put studs to the ground when you reframed my garage, which is against code.
So what Brand, do you want to just litigate this? It doesn't sound like we're going to get anywhere. I mean, you're not having any problems.
I paid $65,000 for work. I want the $65,000 work done right.
Oh,
I'm even told that you guys you wove my valleys on my architectural single roof. So I Googled it to see what that meant, and it says that I have no warranty on my architectural shingle roof now.
Okay, so listen, at the end of the day, we gave you a written warranty. You have a warranty. I don't want to go into what this guy says. These home inspectors have 10, 12-hour degrees. Certainly
this
not
guy doesn't
licensed
have a 10,
like
12-hour degree, but Jeremy, it doesn't even matter because you're trying to compare your. Do you realize when you guys had to come out and fix because you couldn't even put siding on properly? Multiple times.
Brennan, I only want to go on. I only want to talk about the issues. Are you having any problems with leaking?
No, because I don't.
Okay.
Yes, there are issues.
Okay, tell me. I only want to hear about the issues.
Okay,
Brennan.
you put studs to the ground. That's against code. Number one.
It's against code. Okay, show me what code is that breaking.
All right, Jeremy. You know what? We'll go the route. I'm going to let him name your company. I'm going to leave my reviews.
All right, Brennan.
And
I guess
also,
there's nothing more to say if you don't want to talk
please.
Me. It's definitely, I didn't hang up. But it's at the end of the day, all I was merely saying is when you say that nobody did good work, the garage door company that does garage doors for everyone. Oh, because on the report they had some that they didn't like that they did.
Yes, there's one small thing, and I bet you if I called Gates and I told them, they would come out right away and fix that without a hesitation. I've got that. I will tell you. I
actually sent them their thing and they were disturbed by it.
What?
I actually sent them the report and they said, "Who's this home inspector?" I said, "Evidently, as you can see, somebody just wants to nitpick things."
I Googled it and it even says it, but you know what? I'll call and I'll speak to him because he also has told me what a joke you are anymore because of all the lies you've said to us. So it's fine. We'll want to go back and forth on that. We can. So you're pretty much saying you don't want to fix any of your work and make it.
That's not what I said. You're talking over me again. I merely told you if you're having any issues, let us know on leaking. I don't want to hear about somebody's going to do TikTok videos or somebody doesn't
want the work to look like it's a $65,000 job. I've
sold 3 jobs in your neighborhood just because of your job. So you keep on saying it don't look good.
My next door neighbor is also having issues with your job.
We came back. No, there was one thing that they forgot. They came to fix it, and he actually thanked us and gave us a nice letter. If you'd like to send it to you, we can send it. we've gotten two extra jobs from your house because how just from yours. And like I said, the people, I kind of told them about your situation. They said, oh, if you ever need anybody to write a letter or send something. So here
You told
again,
about our situation. What do you mean by that? So you're
I
talking about, you're
told him that you
talking
didn't.
bad about your customers to other
No,
people.
no, I told him that you weren't happy with the job. I said, it's funny because you said that it's a beautiful job and they didn't think it was, and they've had some problems. So at the end of the day, you're telling me it's a shit job. Everybody else loves the job, and you're telling me no, it's falling apart.
Because it's like a Monet. From far away, it looks great until you get close and you see all the problems,
Okay,
Jeremy.
so tell a judge that, oh, it looks great from far away, but the judge is going to really, honestly, if
Jeremy,
you
you're not
just,
a lawyer.
if you can,
Jeremy, you're not a lawyer.
no, I'm
And I know
not.
you think we're.
So do you want to litigate it? That's what I'm saying, Brendan. Do you want to
I know
litigate
you
it?
think we're small time. I understand
It's
you
not
think
about
that.
small or
No,
big.
because you're belittling me right now.
What you're
You keep.
belittled me. You talked over me the whole time. I'm just merely taking the fact is you're saying you're not having any real issues. You just don't think the quality was up
Jeremy,
there.
we have an
That
issue. We have chipped ceiling
do you
that
have an
you said you couldn't even fix. You
no?
said that my
That's not
wife
what
would
I
not.
said. I
No,
said I don't think that you would be happy with no matter what we did. We could do it 10 more times. You're not going to be happy.
Jeremy, if you had a ceiling that didn't have any chips in it, and somebody came out and fixed it because they put holes in your radiator and they had to come out and fix their mistake,
I've
and it
already
looked
told you, Brendan, we'd fix your ceiling.
no,
That's not the issue.
but
You went on to a whole nother punch list after we talked. And even
Jeremy,
your
it's
wife
because
said if we gave you a certain amount of money, which we've recorded, that you guys were happy with everything.
yeah.
Now, all of a sudden, now you're not. It's like you just changed
Because
from day to day.
Jeremy, you recorded that. So you recorded that call.
Yeah,
So
I
what?
did.
So you showed up the next day, like you said in that call you were going to do.
Did I show up the next day?
Yes, you told my wife in that call, I will be there tomorrow to
The
look
next
at
day.
it. It was, or in the text. I'm sorry, it wasn't even. It was in a text message. We have the text message. You said I will be there tomorrow to look at it. We didn't hear
Yeah,
from you.
I,
3 weeks
I
now.
called you.
No,
Nobody answered the phone,
no, you
Brendan.
didn't.
Okay.
Jeremy.
So are we
Bullshit.
talking about the
Don't get
ceiling here? What are we issue?
Jeremy.
What is the issue here?
The fact that there's OSB touching ground, and that's against code. OSB is
So
touching ground. Do you,
wood touching ground, I got hundreds of houses in the area that's doing it. What do you mean it's against code?
it doesn't matter if you have hundreds of houses you do it. That means you're doing it wrong.
How else can you do it, Brian? Tell me. What does the home inspector say you do? Do you
You
want
were supposed.
concrete there?
Do you know that? Do you know that there was?
I
Do you know
can.
that? Do you know that when you? Do you know when you guys? You asked me a question. I'm trying to answer your question.
Asking your question, yeah.
Do you know when you guys pulled out that wall? There was concrete blocks. You guys actually left them there, which is beside me. There was concrete blocks.
I can't hear. I can't hear because I'm going through service. So if I lose you, I lose you. What are you saying,
When
Brian?
you guys pulled out that wall, there was concrete blocks touching all corners of the ground. Why were those
There
concrete
was
blocks
concrete
decided?
blocks.
Yeah,
I don't know what you're talking about. I've
that's
never
what you're
seen any
supposed to,
concrete blocks.
yeah, that's what you're supposed. There was concrete blocks that were touching where
Do you
all
have
the
a pictures
studs.
you can show me? I don't know
I
what
have
you're
the
talking about.
concrete blocks left in the front of my house. Like there was concrete blocks that were where the
Yeah,
studs
we didn't
went
take
to.
anything out that was on your house, Brendan. Everything
You
that was there is the exact same way.
Jeremy, you did.
Okay.
Actually, you
Okay.
did.
If you show me a picture, Brendan, then we
I
can
don't
talk
because you
about it.
guys didn't take face photos, and I know you didn't.
Okay, if that's what you say. We took pictures all through your house
Okay,
from the roofs to all that.
so then you will have pictures. There was concrete blocks. The studs went from the roof down to the floor in the garage. That are the concrete blocks were not even reused. You guys just decided, hey, let's put the stud to the ground. Like it was as simple as that. You could even just reuse that. Then if you would have done that, you wouldn't have had to worry about that OSB touching the ground because it would have been able to go to the concrete
How do
block.
you put siding to the ground, Brendan, if you don't have OSB to attach it?
Jeremy, I don't know.
I couldn't hear you.
I
Well,
don't.
you're the one that had the inspector. You paid for it. What did he say? Didn't he
Well,
tell you for your money what you're supposed to do?
look at the
I mean, he's a
report.
professional, I thought.
Look at the report, Jeremy. Look at the
I looked at
report.
the report. It didn't say. It said to talk to a professional, which evidently we have a license from Owens Corning and the siding company that not only calls us a professional but calls us certified. So on his report, this is Jeremy.
Hi, Jeremy.
Yeah,
Um,
my office said you called me back.
I called earlier. Yeah, it was a little inappropriate that you hung the phone up on me when I was talking to you. That's not, I mean, for being
Uh,
a business owner,
But
I was,
let me explain. So I don't mind talking to you in a respectful way. The problem is a conversation's got to go. You talk, then I talk. When only one person is talking, it's kind of like a one-sided conversation, and then it doesn't really work. I don't
Jeremy,
mind communicating if you want to do that, but I don't want to hear about TikTok videos and threats. I mean, as you know, we're both recording conversation. Ours are. I'm sure yours are.
oh yeah,
At the end,
and I will tell you, I
so
didn't
yeah,
talk over you before.
yeah,
I didn't
okay.
talk over you. I was actually having a conversation. Gaslighted me throughout the whole conversation. You made your
Okay.
comments that it's like, you know, I'm not a contractor, and you say, show me the proof of that being this, show me the proof of that being that. You're the one that's gaslighting the whole conversation.
Okay.
You've done that nonstop since we hired you. You gaslight, or you blame the job on someone else. You blame the things bad on someone else. Jeremy, if I wasn't here the day when they reframed that garage, they would have had a 2x4 connecting two by 4s, and you would have never known, because you nor I can't think of his name now, were here for the job. So
I was at your house.
you were not, Jeremy, you were not here when they did that. I actually had to call you and say to you, Jeremy, they are tried to put two by 4s together with a 2x4. You left, and you even told me, you said, I told them not to do that. I'm shocked they still try to do that. That was exact words out of your mouth, because I was in shock
I
that.
was at your house 5 different times when they did the siding, when they did the roof,
But
when
Jeremy,
they did the gutters.
you may have been there 5 different times,
Let's
but
not.
you were not
So,
there when,
so,
if they would have
all
put
right.
up, if they
So,
would have put up,
but
if
Brendan,
Jeremy.
let's not talk about what could have been and what.
Okay,
Let's
well,
talk
no,
about
no,
where we're at now.
but Jeremy, read the report. It's that simple. We sent you a report. You call me and asking me,
Yeah,
what do I want fixed?
yeah,
I
yeah.
gave you a perfectly good report
Okay.
that proves
Yeah, I
all the
read the
things.
report. I didn't think it was a perfectly good report. I thought the guy didn't really know his ass from a hole in the ground. I I can clearly see that when he was talking about flashing should be covered, he certainly doesn't know anything. I sent that over to our Owens Corning rep. The guy goes, "What kind
Jeremy,
of guy is?" Then
what permits did you
you're
guys have
talking over
pulled?
me now,
But well,
and
no,
now
did you have
it
permits
sounds
pulled?
like it's a one-sided conversation.
But did you have permits pulled?
Yeah, it's always the homeowner's responsibility to pull permit, not a
You never
contractor.
said that to us, Jeremy. That's your
You supposed
responsibility
do
to
you not
tell us
know
that,
though?
that. How am I supposed to know that I need to pull a permit, Jeremy? Am I a contractor? How am I supposed to know? You never said to us, you need to pull a permit for this. You know what? We had a whole house remodeled on Long Island. I miss the Long Island contractors because they actually
Okay,
know what they're doing.
all right.
They
So
told us, Mr. Potter, you need to pull a permit for this. I didn't know
okay,
you needed to pull a permit for that because
so
so
all right.
you're telling me that
When
it's
you're
my
done talking, I'll tell
responsibility.
you all that. So I'll tell you it all when you're done talking, but I don't want to talk over you.
Okay,
Are
so
you done so I can tell
okay,
you?
okay, so you did tell me. Okay, so tell me.
So first of all, there's 90% of homeowners do not pull permits because they don't want their taxes to go up. It's totally up to you. I can't tell you whether you want to pull permits or you don't want to pull permits. But at the end of the day, most people do not want to pull permits. Now, I can certainly help you with any aspect of that, but at the end of the day, most people, judges will tell you, they know that people don't want to pull permits. If you wanted to pull permits, certainly everybody knows you can pull permits. Now, for roofing, you don't need a permit. Siding, I don't even know if you need one in Enwell for siding. Uh, as far as structural stuff, you probably do. I don't know what was actual structural there, other than probably some of your garage door, but is that what you're worried that
Well,
a permit wasn't pulled and you didn't
that's not
spend an extra couple hundred for permits or?
that's not the only thing I'm worried about. It's
Okay,
the fact that you guys cut corners. You're sitting here
okay.
telling me now that you could have pulled You know what, Jeremy? We paid you guys $65,000 for this job.
We're not disputing that.
No, no. What I'm telling you is, obviously, if we want the job done right, we would have pulled a permit if that's required. If your job
I
as a
don't know that it's
contract, your
like I
job as a
said.
contractor is to guide us the right way
That
around this.
okay. So that's not the truth.
Well, that should be
What
the
our
truth,
job is to get.
especially when you're a company as large as you are. You
I
should
just
have
told
been.
you 90% of customers don't want to pull permits. So
If they don't
therefore,
want to pull
we
it, that's
don't
fine.
ever
But
advise anyone to do it.
you could have said, permits are usually required for this. Most customers don't
Well, I
want to
don't
pull
know
it.
that they are. Like I said, I think siding and roofing, there's no permits even required.
Isn't that something you should know as a contractor? If
It's
permits
not
are
something
required.
we're obligated. Why would we?
So
Why
so
would we?
so if the town came through and saw you guys doing the work without the permit, that's not something you're obligated to know.
If it was something that required a permit, like I told you, I don't think roofing and siding even require.
You
We'll have to call
restructured
the
a
town
whole
to find out.
wall.
Yes.
You restructured a
Okay.
whole wall.
What? I guess what is the point behind it?
My point is, you put studs to the ground. You there's There's
Well, how else?
OSB, there's OSB touching the ground. There is areas that there's areas on my rubber roof that you guys did, because I went up there and looked, that there's actually a bolt underneath the rubber roof and there's a big bump. There's many areas that I am in shock at this being a quote unquote $65,000 job. You guys hacksawed me. You gave me a
So,
probably $20,000 job and charged me $65,000 because this job went spiked so high and it didn't even take you any more time than the original time it was supposed to take. I could have understood paying a little bit more for the reframing of the garage. I could have understood, but every time you found something, it was done in 2 seconds. It's like but you added on thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars more. So
are you done? So I can say, can I rebut to any of this stuff?
go ahead.
Okay, so first of all, we didn't twist your arm to sign anything. You had the choice to look at all of our work, our projects, and to either agree with what we're doing or not to agree with it. So it sounds like now you've agreed to it, and now you think that you paid too much. And that's the conversation where a judge or anybody is going to tell you, listen,
Oh no, I don't think I paid too much. I don't think I paid too much. I think it's the quality of the work does not reflect the amount I paid. I'm okay with the $65,000 I paid. I don't mind. I've already started making monthly payments on the $65,000.
Okay.
I'm okay with it. I want the quality of work that reflects that. You put a hole through my radiator, blamed it on the how the house was built, and then
You fixed it though, right?
wait, it's fixed, but is my ceiling fixed? No. Your response to my wife was, I don't know how to fix that. You told her, I don't know how to fix that. You're a contractor.
No, that's not what I said, Brandon. I told her I don't think I could make her head. Yeah, I told her I don't think I could do it any better than she wants. We fixed it. She didn't like the way that we fixed it.
Jeremy, it's chipping. It's chipping.
Okay, so here again, I'm trying to talk and explain, and you're not letting me. So you want to put a price tag on quality. Any judge will tell you if it's leaking, it's a bad job. If you don't have any leaks, how do you tell someone you can look at 100 different roofs? Maybe one of them out of the 90 is going to look maybe a little better than the other 99. Does that mean that the one should be a little more? At the end of the day, how do you put a price tag on what your so-called quality? Well, there's a little bump here, or hey, the siding touching the ground.
There's a bolt in my roof that's sitting underneath my roof, Jeremy. If snow sits on the top of that rubber roof, it's going to break, and it's going to, at one point, it's going to...
There's snow already been sitting on the roof.
Not enough. I'm saying if enough snow sits on that, that's at one point, that's going to break through.
Okay, so then you have a warranty. It says it in writing. It says in writing you have a warranty. If that
I have a warranty,
I have a warranty from a contractor.
I have a warranty from a contractor who hangs the phone up when he isn't getting his way. That's
well,
my
no,
warranty.
It's not. No, you were talking about TikTok videos, and this guy from Norwich wants to put something online. Listen, I'm not threatened by that.
Jeremy,
I have lawyers.
You realize that when I said to you that this is a respected home inspector, and I just I re-listened to the whole recording. Your response was, from Norwich, highly doubtful.
From Norwich, there's 100 right here in Broome County. Why did you have to go out of the area?
Because when I tried to hire any of them from right here, when I said who the contractor was, they didn't return my calls.
So that means that's how professional we are. They don't even want to.
I don't think that's how professional they are, because they didn't return my call.
My
home inspector was willing to come out until I told him who it was. Then he wouldn't return my calls. The guy who
that's what I'm saying. Most people know our licenses and what they don't even want to get. They know if we did it, it was done right.
We're on the same page. You're saying most people. Your company's name's been brought up to many friends, and I can't tell you the amount of people that have had issues with their company. I am starting to think that you guys pay for your reviews on your site.
Okay. Well, you can think whatever you want to think, Brendan, but at the end of the day, we've got 10,000 roofs out there for the last 50 years. We wouldn't be in business and have multi-million-dollar showroom if that was the case. Do you think that we could fool everybody for 50 years and stay in business for 50 years if that wasn't the case?
I think you even made a comment when you were at my house that you grew too fast and your work is starting to get less than you thought it would be. You even made that comment when you were at my house because you said, I think I need to cut back because I have too many people working and I can't look over the jobs because I was brought at the attention. The fact that you also tried to gaslight us and think it was okay to be having insulation showing on the wall, like the amount of things that you tried to tell us was okay because you're just trying to sell your work and get out of it because you think we're just going to walk away. That's not who we are. We paid 40% of what we paid for this house for you guys to do this work. And it doesn't look like that. But Jeremy,
see, you're talking over me. You're the only ones, but you're dominating a conversation and not letting me talk.
Because I'm the customer and you're not.
Yeah, but that's why at the end of the day, if you can't talk to someone reasonable, you just hang up the phone. Listen, we have lawyers. Our insurance company, we pay $60,000 a year. If we have to litigate it, ours is free. If you want to try the case, we can try the case. We'll put it up to a judge. But you've badmouthed not only me,